Hi everybody. Since people really liked that first series I did called Unfolding of a Painting series, I decided to do another one following my studio life, following what I call the ups and downs of being an artist. I want to be very transparent in these videos and show you that if you've seen my finished work, it just doesn't spring forth like that. There's a lot of trial, there's a lot of error, there's a lot of questioning, experimentation, sometimes frustration, sometimes joys. You guys know if you make art, but I want you to know that if you're new to it, that is par for the course. And so I'm going to do that by just taking you behind the scenes, what I do in the studio. I welcome comments, questions, queries, whatever you want to say. I really want this to be a conversation. You can share about your own studio practice or whatever. So here we go. Hi there. So I'm working in my studio today and trying to get it a little bit organized. I'm going to admit that my switch from mostly painting on paper and on panel to collage, there's been a little bit of, I don't want to characterize it negatively, but I think there's this frustration because there's so much preparation. There's a lot of planning the colors and then painting the papers. I'm used to being able to just get my paint out, mix it, and then put it on the paper. Exactly like I think of a color, I mix it, I paint with it. Whereas this is, I need to paint it on a paper, and then I need to have a collection of those papers, and then I need to organize the papers so I can find the colors. And anyway, it's just a new way of working for me. So I've developed some systems over time now. It's been, I don't know, how long has it been? Maybe a year and a half that I've been working this way. And in the beginning, it just felt a little bit chaotic, and I tried a bunch of different things. One was putting all the collage papers on the wall, and I clipped them on there, and it was really cool in a way. It was actually kind of like a piece itself. I wish I'd sort of recognized that a little faster, but it wasn't as efficacious as it might have been for working. So now I have them all organized in these boxes, and I've labeled the boxes. And then it was buying the boxes was this thing because I was trying to just scavenge boxes, and I'm like, I'll admit it, sometimes a little bit of a tightwad, and it was just a question of paying money for some boxes that could stack easily, that were, I try not to use plastic, so I was looking for paper boxes, and I wanted white because I'm very particular about how my studio looks, and I like everything sort of clean and white, and I like the color to be the work itself rather than the materials. I find it just creates like a clean visual field for me to create. So I do that in my studio. I try to make, I paint the walls and the ceiling white and have white paper on the tables and try and store my materials on white carts and white boxes. I know that sounds like maybe some of you a little bit much, but some of you will understand just that it's a visual thing for me. So it makes it better for me to work, and everyone's different. So I'd be curious to know about you, how you like to work, how do you like to organize your materials or your studio, or if you're still kind of working on that, like sort of struggling with it. I know for some people it can be a little bit of a struggle. So I did create a video on decluttering your studio, and when I used to do the Mindful Artist program, that was the very first thing we did. We did a big declutter because I find clearing out stuff creates fresh energy in your space, and it helps create space for new things. It's creating sort of a energetic vacuum, so to speak. So if that's where you are, I highly recommend embarking upon a studio clear or declutter. In fact, I'm sort of always doing that. I've been doing that a little bit in my Oakland studio. Right now I'm in my country studio, and anyway, blah, blah, blah. That's what's going on today. I don't know about you, but I often resist organizing and cleaning in the studio because I just want to get right down to making things. And I feel like a little kid sometimes, just wanting to make a big mess and not wanting to clean it up. But I'd be very curious to see at the end of this video, when you see the results, if you get the same feeling I got when I was done. It was so worth it. And I'm so happy I did it. It definitely gives me a lift when I go into the studio and see it tidy and organized and ready for action. And over time, I've actually gotten myself in this habit of cleaning up at the end of the day. I used to work until the last minute, until I really had to leave, or beyond, when I was starving and needed to get dinner. And now I set aside 15 to 30 minutes at the end of the workday to tidy things up, to organize them, and maybe write little notes to myself about what I'll be doing next time I'm in the studio. And that's made all the difference. It's something I really had to train myself into. People look at how I keep things and how orderly my studio is. Everything's labeled and in boxes, but this habit of cleaning up at the end of the day was something I learned. I think that process didn't come naturally to me, but it's made a huge difference. So the other day I had to stop working, and I was a little frustrated because my studio was kind of messy and I really want to tidy it up. So I'm going to do a little time lapse of me swissing this place up, as my friend Amy says. All right, let's go. Oh my gosh, can I just tell you how happy this makes me feel and how excited to create when my studio is tidy and orderly like this? So really excited to have you along for the ride with me in this Inside the Studio series. My intention with it is this helps inspire you in your creative pursuits. Most of you, I'm guessing, do some kind of visual art, but whoever you are, I just deeply believe that creativity is an essential part of being a human, and it's something available to all of us, whether you exercise it in the kitchen, playing music, telling stories. Oh gosh, so many ways that we can be creative as humans. And it's an up and down path. It's not always straight. So that's what this series is about. Since we talked today about preparing, what is it that you need to do to prepare? Is there some kind of mess in your studio you might need to clean up? Is there something you can commit to? It's so powerful when you commit in the comments below. If you just have been procrastinating or avoiding a little bit, say it out loud and set a date or a time. Be gentle with yourself, obviously. There's no judgment here. We all develop and grow and evolve at our own pace, but definitely I use this type of tool all the time, constantly committing with friends and colleagues to things I'm going to do when I'm feeling myself kind of pulling back and procrastinating or hesitating a little bit. So I hope that helps you. keep tuned. There's going to be lots more episodes of this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I love it when you find me over on Instagram. And if you have art of your own, I always go look at your feed. So thank you, those of you who've connected with me there. I really love that connection that we have. It gives it a little more personal touch. YouTube, you're just a handle. Again, that's why I love the comments, and I'm so grateful to all of you who have subscribed. You have no idea how important that is. It's really what's kept me going. You may not realize this. I think a lot of you think, oh, we make a lot of money. Think again. I wouldn't mind making money from this channel, but that's not why I've been doing it for the past 12 or 13 years. I have a real passion for helping others and for sharing the joy of creating. And so those of you who've been here, who've commented, who've subscribed, it means the world to me. So I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for being here. One more quick thing, I created a playlist for this entire series. So if you're not watching it when it's first released, you can sit there and binge watch them. And I know people would say that on the last series I did similar to this, which I'll also link here, called Unfolding of a Painting series. People loved binge watching that. And isn't it nice? I mean, I'm always looking for positive, uplifting, interesting, inspiring content, and I hope this is for you guys. That's my intention here, at least. See ya.